Hello, everyone, and welcome in tonight. A basketball game here between the IU Southeast Grenadiers and the Simmons College Falcons. Grenadiers moving the ball early. They'll pass it out to Lexi Starr, over to Stapleton, and over to Ella Brown. Back to Starr, who'll pass it in the corner. And a mid-range jumper will be missed by McKenna Wilson, rebounded by Megan DeFore. DeFore making a charge here, doesn't have a lane. Good defense by the Grenadiers, but is able to get through and will put up the first points of the night. Simmons College will take a 2-0 lead as Lexi Starr will bring it up. She'll try and draw up the play. Over to Wilson. Wilson back to Starr. Thought about a three there, doesn't take it. Over to Wilson, loses it for a second, but able to recover. Ella Brown will drive up, and she will be fouled. Grenadiers enter in tonight. Overall record of 0-2. Simmons enters 2-0. Grenadiers looking to turn it around with a game at home here tonight. First shot from Brown. In and out. Brown second. Will not go. It'll be Asia Cochran bringing it down the court for Simmons. Defense by Starr will be passed over to Naria Reed, and she will make the easy layup there. Lexi Starr will call a play. Grenadiers currently down by 4. Lexi has a lane. She'll pass it out, and it'll be in and out from Stapleton as Cochran will bring it down for the Falcons once again. She'll make a drive towards the basket and will make a layup there, and the Grenadiers now down 6-0 as Starr will bring it up for the Grenadiers, and the Grenadiers will take an early timeout. Back now after the timeout, it'll be Lindsay Wernitt passing it into Lexi Starr, over back to Wernitt to Wilson, who loses it, and it will be just out, but will stay Grenadier ball. Few new faces here for the Grenadiers as Starr will pass it in over to Stapleton. She'll take a three, and it'll go. First points of the night for the Grenadiers. First points for Lexi Starr here tonight. As Cochran once again will bring it up, and she'll lose it. Be recovered by Wernitt. She'll pass it over to Stapleton, who no foul is called under the net. Wernitt will pass it out back to Starr. Starr loses it for a second, but Lindsay's right there. Pass it over to Wilson, who will make the three. And we are all tied up at 6. 2 threes for the Grenadiers here tonight. I was told that that's kind of the game for both teams. Lot of three-point shooting so far, but Cochran will drive once again, and she'll make the easy layup. And the Grenadiers have not been able to play very effective defense under the net so far here tonight, though it is still early, as Starr will pass it out to Warnett. Back to Wilson, another three. And it'll go, and the Grenadiers will take the lead 9-8. As Cochran once again will bring it down for the Falcons. She'll drive once again. She has a lane, and she will be fouled. Foul committed by McKenna Wilson. And it will send Cochran to the line. As Taylor Treat will enter in for the Grenadiers. Cochran's first shot is good, and we are tied at 9. Second shot from Cochran. Won't go. Rebounded by Brown. Treat look to take it up, pass it over to Brown. They'll find Warnett. Back to Treat. Over to the corner to Stapleton for three. Won't go. Rebounded by Brown, and she's not able to complete the point. As Cochran once again will bring it down for the Falcons. She'll pass it. Pass is deflected, and that will stay with the Falcons almost halfway through this first quarter. Be DeFore to pass it in. She'll give it to Reed. Reed drives. Not able to make the layup there. Rebounded by Brown. Brown will bring it up for the Grenadiers. Pass it over to Lindsay Warnett. Over to Stapleton. Over to Treat. Treat thought about a three, but she'll drive. And she will be fouled. Good pass from Treat through the legs of the Falcon defender, but was fouled on the exchange. And it will stay Grenadiers ball. We are tied at 9, just about halfway through this first quarter. Give it over to Wilson. Back to Treat. Over to Warnett. Back to Treat, to Stapleton. Back to Warnett. Wilson for three. Just off the rim. Rebounded by Mathis. And Cochran to bring it up once again. She's going to drive. And she will be fouled. Treat committed the foul, her first of the night. Be DeFore to pass it in. She'll find Cochran. Cochran tries to draw up a play, being guarded by Taylor Treat. Passes over to DeFore, able to get a hand on it. She'll call good move, and the pass almost stolen by Stapleton. And Lindsay Warnett will commit her first foul of the night. It'll be the team's third. Mr. Ford once again will pass it in, but Ella Brown able to get it, but the pass is blocked. Pass was blocked, recovered by Renaya Murphy, but then was called for a travel, so it will be Grenadiers ball. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Brown will pass it into Treat. Back over to Brown. She has a lane. She's going to bring it to the basket, and she'll score. Grenadiers will retake the lead, 11-9. Cochran will bring it up. Heavily guarded by the Grenadiers, but she's able to get through. Pass is off the foot of Andrea Sie, but she will score, and we're tied back at 11 as Treat will pass it to Brown. Over to Wilson. Wilson being guarded. She'll try and do a hook shot and will be fouled right under the basket. Foul committed by Mathis, and it'll send Wilson to the line. McKenna Wilson already 6 points here tonight. Made 2 threes so far. As Janice Armstrong will enter in for the Falcons. First shot from Wilson. Won't go. Wilson's second shot. Off the rim. Rebounded by Stapleton. Over to Warnett. Treat thought about a shot. She'll give it over to Brown for 3. Won't go. Rebounded by the Falcons. Going to be Janice Armstrong bringing it down the court for the Falcons. She's being guarded by Grace Stapleton. Janice will drive. She'll stop. Tries to find a pass. She'll find Mathis, and Mathis with the easy layup. Falcons will take the lead. Treat will bring it up for the Grenadiers. Long pass to Stapleton, knocked around, and it will be Grenadiers ball. Meg Morgan to 4, almost able to snatch that away, but Grenadiers are able to recover. As Treat will have the ball, she'll pass it over to Stapleton. Stapleton will give it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood tries to find a lane. Back to Stapleton for 3. Won't go. And that will be saved by DeFore. Pass to Armstrong. Armstrong will try and make a drive. And there will be a foul. Looks like it was called on Taylor Treat. And it was her second. Before that last possession by the Grenadiers started, Lindsay Wernett exited. Jesse Ledgerwood entered. We'll have another substitution here. Taylor Treat will leave for Lexi Starr. Ford will pass it in. Good defense by Treat. Pass it over to Armstrong. It looked like an offensive foul on Armstrong. And the Grenadiers are going to take back possession of the ball. They trail by 1. Just over 3 minutes remain as Lexi Starr will bring it up. Starr will make a drive, pass it over to Stapleton, but will commit a foul. Lexi Starr's first foul of the evening. 5 fouls for the Grenadiers already. As Malia Patrick will pass it in, recovered by Ledgerwood. She'll bring it back, pass it over to Brown, over to Stapleton, over to Starr, to Wilson, back to Stapleton. Brown over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood trying to create some space. She'll lose it. But Stapleton able to get it. Be Ledgerwood for 3, just off the rim. Rebounded by DeFore. DeFore looks for a lane. She'll drive towards the basket, and she'll make the layup there, and the Falcons now lead by 4. Lexi Starr will bring it up for the Grenadiers. Pass over to Brown. Brown back to Starr. Back to Brown. Brown has a lane. And she'll be fouled. That will send Ella Brown to the line. Foul committed by Armstrong. Her second of the night. First shot from Brown is good. Brown's second shot bounces in and out, and the Falcons will bring it up. Patrick passes it Over to Bradley. Bradley tries to drive, and she will not make it. Lexi Starr able to get possession. She'll pass to Stapleton, who has room. Good play to pass it back, but Ledgerwood not able to make it. And Wilson will get an and one. Kenna Wilson, that's her 8th point. Opportunity to make it 9. Grenadiers had numbers after Starr. Good pass, good recovery by her. The Grenadiers have an opportunity to tie it up. Just under 2 minutes left. Wilson will have 9 on the game. As Patrick pass it over to Robinson. Robinson to Bradley. Bradley looking for somebody. Wilson able to strip it. And a foul called. Foul called on number 6, Malia Patrick. Will send Jesse Ledgerwood to the line. Ledgerwood looking for her first point of the evening. And she'll get it. Grenadiers will take the lead 16-15. Ledgerwood's second shot. Won't go. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson will pass it over to Cochran. Cochran, pass intercepted by Stapleton. Ledgerwood has it. She'll give it to Wilson, who makes the short range shot. And the Grenadiers now have a 3-point lead. As Cochran will bring it up the court. And she'll lose it. Foul called on Ella Brown. That is her first, and she will leave. Carly Sweeney will enter. Will send Cochran to the line. Asia Cochran already has 5 points on the evening. She'll have her 6th. Grenadiers will hold on to a 2-point lead as of now. Cochran looking to make it a 1-point deficit. And she will. Starr has it. She'll pass it over to Sweeney. Sweeney heavily guarded. And that will be knocked away by Cochran. And she will give the Falcons the lead. A foul committed by the Falcons. Be on number 6, Malia Patrick. That'll be her 2nd foul. And it'll send Lexi Starr to the line. Grenadiers trail only by 1. First shot by Starr is good, and we are all tied at 19. Second shot from Starr is good, and the Grenadiers will take a 20-19 lead. So it'll be CA to pass it in. She'll find Cochran. And she will bring it down for the Falcons. She'll pass it over to Reed. Back to Cochran. Cochran will try and find a lane. And she will lose it. Knocked out of bounds by Sweeney, and it will remain Falcon ball. It'll be DeFore to pass it in. She'll find Reed, and that shot will be tipped. Gathered by Sweeney. She'll bring it up Over to Stapleton for three. Just off. Rebounded by Reed. Cochran will bring it up, and she'll slow it down. And Brown able to strip it. She'll pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood not able to make the shot. And the Falcons will retain possession. As a foul called on Grace Stapleton. Not sure where the foul came there. It appeared like Simmons was trying to take the ball out of her hands, but somehow, some way, Stapleton is called by the foul. It'll be her first, and we are all tied at 20 after CA makes her first shot. And she'll make them both, and Simmons will take a 1-point lead. 13 seconds on the game clock. Grenadiers pass it over to Brown. Brown will drive it down the court. Over to Starr. Over to Ledgerwood. Stapleton back to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood for three. Won't go, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Simmons leads it 21-20. Now for the start of the second quarter, it'll be Cochran with possession for the Falcons. Grenadiers trail 21-20. As Cochran will pass it over to CA. CA looks to create some space, and she'll pass it to Reed. Back to CA. She'll make a move, and she'll score. Lexi Starr bring it up for the Grenadiers. She'll pass it to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood over to Sweeney. Sweeney to Warnett. And Warnett's shot won't go, but Starr right there. Warnett loses it for a second, but Starr for three. Just off. Rebounded by Cochran. Cochran will bring it down for the Falcons, and she'll drive. And one. And the Falcons starting to pull away here. Now lead 25-20. As Starr and Sweeney will both head to the bench. Wilson to enter. Ledgerwood able to keep control, and she'll get the and one. How did she make that shot? Seems she was already past the basket, just kind of threw it back and was right on the money, and she'll go to the line. The ability to put the Grenadiers down only by 2. And she'll make it. As Reed will exit for the Falcons. So they'll pass the ball in to Cochran. Cochran drives. She's got a lane, and she'll make another. That's Cochran's 13th point of the night already, as Ledgerwood will pass it over to Warnett. They'll give it to Stapleton. Back to Ledgerwood. Over to Wilson. Stapleton. Brown. Back to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood will drive, and she'll make another. Grenadiers stay within 2 as Cochran will pass it to Shea. And Ledgerwood able to get the steal. And she will be fouled. Foul by Morgan to 4, and Ledgerwood was going to take that one herself. And I don't blame her. She's had the feel recently. Her first shot is good. And she'll have the opportunity now to tie this game at 27. Still 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And Ledgerwood will tie it, as Bradley will bring it down for the Falcons. Pass it over to Shea. And Shea looks like the Grenadiers try to strip it out, but it will be their ball. Seems like once defense was played, and Stapleton, wide open shot, she'll miss. And just like that, right back to Falcon possession. Cochran will bring it up once again. She'll pass it out to Bradley. Bradley's shot won't go. Warnett will recover it. Ledgerwood over to Wilson. Wilson to Brown right under the basket, and she'll be fouled. It'll send Ella Brown to the line. Brown has 3 points on the night. Opportunity to give the Grenadiers the lead. The foul was committed by Morgan to 4. It'll be her third. And Brown will make her first shot, and then we'll give the Grenadiers back the lead, 28-27. Second shot from Brown is good, and the Grenadiers take a 29-27 lead. Shea will pass it in to Cochran. Cochran will try and set a play. She'll pass it over to Shea. Back to Cochran. Over to Patrick. Patrick loses it for a second, but will recover. Pass it back to Cochran. Over to Shea. Shea will make a drive and make it. And we are tied at 29. Warnett will pass it in to Ledgerwood. Back to Warnett. Back to Ledgerwood. And that ball, he lost by the Grenadiers and handed right back to Jesse Ledgerwood. There'll be a foul on number 22, Keziah Bradley. Be her first. And the Grenadiers will remain with the ball. It'll be Ella Brown to pass it in. Seems it'll actually send Jesse Ledgerwood to the line. Originally, everyone was set aboard. No, it won't. It will be passed in by the Grenadiers. Seems like the referees had a bit of trouble making up their mind, as Brown will pass it in to Ledgerwood. But a foul will give the ball back to the Falcons, much to the chagrin of the Grenadiers, as McKenna Wilson did make that three, but Cochran will have possession. Pass over to Patrick, back to Cochran. She'll try and drive, she'll stop, take the shot, and she'll hit it. Mid-range two is good. And that gives Asia Cochran her 15th point of the night, as Warnett will bring it up for the Grenadiers. She'll look for somebody to pass it to, but will be fouled. Foul on number 6, Malia Patrick. It'll be her third foul. And it'll send Lindsay Warnett to the line, as Patrick will leave. Armstrong will take her place. Opportunity to tie the game for Warnett, as her first free throw is missed. Still has an opportunity to keep the Grenadiers within one. And she'll make her second. Armstrong will bring it down for the Falcons. And she'll pass it. And Stapleton is right there. And she will not be able to get the shot off. No foul called, as Shea will get it over to the corner. And a three made by Murphy. And the Falcons now hold a 4-point lead, as a turnover by Warnett will give the Falcons back the ball, as Warnett will exit. Be Carly Higgins to enter in for the Grenadiers. Falcons will pass into Cochran. Cochran over to Shea. Back to Cochran, passes a little bit high, but recovered by Murphy. Pass back over to Cochran, who has a lane, but her shot is in and out. Rebounded by Brown. Brown will bring it up for the Grenadiers. Pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood thought about a shot. Pass it over to Stapleton. Over to Brown in the corner. Gives it to Wilson. Shot is over. And it will be recovered by the Falcons. And Simmons will take a timeout. Back now after the timeout. Falcons will pass it in to Armstrong, who tries to set a play. She'll pass it over to Robinson. Robinson to Shea. Over to Cochran. Cochran will drive. She'll pass it out to Armstrong. Thought about a shot, but will pass it to Shea under the net. And Shea will be fouled and will be sent to the line. Foul by Brown. Her second. As Brown will be subbed out, be Carly Sweeney. First shot is good. And Shea will make her second, and that is her 9th point of the night, as the ball will be passed in to Jessie Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood will bring it up for the Grenadiers. She'll pass it. Sweeney, they'll find Ledgerwood in the corner. Back to Sweeney, to Wilson under the net. Tries to drive, doesn't work. Over to Ledgerwood, back to Sweeney. Sweeney to Stapleton. Over to Higgins. Grenadiers will lose it. And the shot clock will go off. Grenadiers not able to get a shot off. As Armstrong will take it for the Falcons. Pass it over to Murphy. Murphy not able to make the layup. Rebounded by Sweeney. Sweeney will pass it over to Ledgerwood, over to Wilson. Wilson able to keep it. As Ledgerwood will take it over to Sweeney. Sweeney will pass it to Stapleton, over to Wilson for three. Won't hit her mark there. And it'll be Falcons ball once again. As Wilson will exit, it'll be Lindsay Warnett to re-enter. As Cochran will bring it up. Falcons have been able to pull away here, now lead by 6. Whole first quarter, Grenadiers were able to keep it a 1-point game. Cochran will pass it over to Shea. Shea to Robinson. Robinson will lose it, and Sweeney able to keep it in. Pass back to Sweeney for three, and she'll hit it. Grenadiers now trail only by 3. As Armstrong bring it down for the Falcons. Give it over to Cochran. Cochran will drive. She'll pass it over to Murphy. Murphy back to Cochran, but tipped away. Sweeney able to recover, and Warnett not able to handle the pass. That'll be a turnover on Warnett. Cochran will bring it up for the Falcons. Pass over to Armstrong. Armstrong will take the shot, and it'll bounce in and out. Rebounded by Shea, who will finish the point. And the Falcon lead is back out to 5. As Jessie Ledgerwood will bring it up for the Grenadiers. Ledgerwood will give it to Warnett, back to Ledgerwood, who will pull it back. And she will dribble out of bounds, and it will be the Falcons' ball. Armstrong will take it. Just over 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Pass over to Cochran. Cochran for three. Won't hit her mark. As Sweeney will bring it up. Pass over to Stapleton. She'll step back and take a three. Won't hit. Rebounded by Warnett. Over to Higgins. And her shot won't go. And Cochran will recover. She'll give it over. Quick three by DeFore. She didn't hold on to the ball for very long, but able to hit her mark. And all of a sudden, Grenadiers trail by 8. Give it over to Stapleton, thrown over to Warnett, right under the basket. And she'll make her shot. As DeFore will bring it down for the Falcons. Cochran tries to set a play, give it over to Murphy. Well, that's Mathis, excuse me. Won't hit her shot. Sweeney able to recover. Pass over to Stapleton, over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood for 3, and she'll hit it. Grenadiers back to within 3. Ledgerwood, that's her 14th. As DeFore will bring it up. Pass over to Cochran. Cochran will try and drive. She has a lane, and she will be fouled. The Stapleton second foul. Send Cochran to the line. Cochran has been the biggest issue for the Grenadiers so far tonight. He has 15 points. Opportunity to bump that number up to 17. She'll make her first. Kenna Wilson will check in. Stapleton subbed out for Treat, as Cochran will make them both. And Lindsey Wernick will exit and Wilson will enter. Passed in by Higgins. And Ledgerwood will bring it up. Over to Higgins. Over to Sweeney. Sweeney will take a 3. Just off. Rebounded by Cochran. Just over 30 seconds left in this first half. As Armstrong will take a 3. Won't hit. Higgins rebounded. Pass it over to Treat. Grenadiers will have the last shot if they want it. Currently trailing by 5. Treat will give it over to Wilson. 15 seconds left on the game clock. Wilson will drive. Her shot is blocked, but she is fouled. Mathis with the foul, her second of the night. Wilson so far tied with Ledgerwood, as Treat will exit. It'll be Stapleton. Wilson tied with Ledgerwood in point leaders for the Grenadiers. She's able to take sole possession as her first free throw will not hit. Ledgerwood and Wilson both have 11 so far. Second shot from Wilson will hit. Grenadiers now trail by 4. As DeFore has possession for the Falcons. And she'll lose it. 4 seconds left. And the Grenadiers will have the ball. They trail by 4. Higgins over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood, 1 second left, over to Stapleton, and she won't be able to hit it, so we will head into halftime. Falcons lead by a score of 43-39. Back now after the half. Grenadiers trail 39-43. DeVore back behind the back pass. But Cochran will step out of bounds, and it will be Grenadiers' ball. So far through half, we'll go over the point leaders. It'll be Asia Cochran, Andrea Shea. Cochran has 17, Shea with 12. For the Falcons, for the Grenadiers, Kenna Wilson has 12. Ledgerwood has 11. Those are our point leaders this evening. As Wilson will be passed the ball over by the corner. She'll drive up and will be fouled under the basket. Grenadiers have had some trouble with their shooting game here tonight. Only 11 for 32. As Wilson will make her first shot. 5 for 20, 3-point range. Free throws have been better, 12 for 20, 13 for 21 after the first shot made. That 14 for 22. As the Grenadiers now trail only by 2. The Grenadiers have not been able to get their offense going the way they would have liked. A lot of opportunities, but luckily for them, they are still in this game, only trailing by 2, as Cochran with the mid-range jumper will hit. As Brown will pass it in to Starr. Starr looks to make a play. She'll head pass it over to Stapleton. Stapleton over to Starr in the corner. She'll pass it to Wilson. Wilson wide open 3. Will go, and the Grenadiers are back to within 1. The 4 will bring it up. She'll try and bring it all the way to the basket, and she'll be fouled. Or no, they'll call a walk. That's something you don't see called very often. Travel called as DeVore was heading to the basket. As Starr will bring it down for the Grenadiers. And that'll be stripped away. And the Falcons have numbers, and they're able to finish the point. And they now lead by 3. Brown will pass it in to Starr. We've seen a lot of turnovers by the Grenadiers. Really, the first quarter wasn't too bad, but we saw a lot more of those. As that ball will stay with the Grenadiers. Offense and really defense was not played super cleanly in that second quarter for the Grenadiers. So far, they look to be back on the right track. Trailing by 3 in the third quarter. Be Ledgerwood to pass it in. And she'll find Stapleton. Back over to Ledgerwood. Stapleton for 3. Just off, rebounded by DeVore. DeVore will start to slow it down, and she'll take a long 3, and she'll hit nothing. Just a bit outside with that shot. And the Grenadiers will take the ball back, passing it in to Ledgerwood. Grenadiers need a 3 to tie it, but any basket will get them within 1. Pass it to Wilson under, back over to Ledgerwood. Back to Wilson. Wilson mid-range. Won't go. Rebounded by Werner. And she'll hit that short range, and the Grenadiers are back within 1. As Shea will take it, it'll pass over to Cochran. Cochran looks to drive. And a foul will be called. Foul on Jessie Ledgerwood. It'll be her first. And it'll send Cochran to the line. Cochran's first shot will be in. Be her 20th point of the night. Her second shot will be good as well. The Grenadiers now trail by 3 once again as Brown will pass it in to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood will lose it. Cochran has possession. She'll pass it over to Shea. And Shea won't be able to make the shot. Rebounded by Stapleton. Stapleton over to Wilson. She'll take a mid-range, won't go. And the ball will stay with the Grenadiers. Ledgerwood will look to pass it in. She'll find Wilson right under the basket. She'll turn. Won't make that shot as DeFore will bring it up for the Falcons. DeFore looks to create some space. Looks like she was going to shoot. She'll pass it over to Reed. Spin move, and it'll be good. As Stapleton will pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood starts to drive. She'll slow it down. Back over to Stapleton. To Ledgerwood for 3. Just off the edge. As DeFore will bring it back up. Still start to drive. Lose it for a second there. Able to recover. She'll pass it over to the corner to Murphy. And Murphy's shot will be in and out as Werner will recover. And she'll head. Pass it over to Brown. Mid-range. Won't go. Rebounded by Reed. Passing it back over to DeFore. Now Cochran will slow things down. Falcons lead by 5. Pass it over to Reed. Over to Shea. Over to Cochran. Cochran will give it over to Murphy. Murphy loses it. And Ledgerwood able to pick it up. Ledgerwood passes it to Wilson, and Wilson will make the easy layup. As Cochran will bring it up for the Falcons. Grenadiers trail by 3. Important stop here, just over half remaining in this third quarter. Reed will bring it up, and she'll make the layup. As Werner will pass it in to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood bring it up here. She'll pass it to Werner. Werner for 3, just off. Rebounded by Reed. Cochran, long pass. And Brown able to get in the way of that. She'll pass it over to Ledgerwood for 3, and she'll hit. Grenadiers back to within 2. Cochran will bring it up for the Falcons. Pass over to the corner for Murphy, and she'll hit her 3. And the Grenadiers are going to take a timeout. Back now after the timeout. Ledgerwood will pass it over to Stapleton. Stapleton finds Ledgerwood. She'll set a play. Back over to Stapleton. Stapleton will drive, and she'll drive all the way to the basket and score. Grenadiers now trail by 3 as the pass will go over to the 4. 4 over to Patrick. And Warner will have a foul called on her. That is her third. As Cochran will leave, be Janice Armstrong to take her place, and there will be a media timeout. After the timeout, it will be Falcon ball. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this quarter. Now pass it to Mathis right under the basket, and she'll make an easy 2. Grenadiers now trail by 5. Ledgerwood will bring it up. She'll be stopped. Pass it over to Higgins, who'll give it to Stapleton. Stapleton over to Brown. Mid-range 2, and she'll hit. Armstrong bringing it up for the Falcons, guarded by Stapleton. Stapleton able to knock the ball loose, but Armstrong able to recover. And she'll pass it to Mathis, who will hit. Another 2, and the Grenadiers can't seem to get over the hump. Still trail by 5 as Ledgerwood will bring it up. She has a lane, stumbles, able to recover, and she'll make the easy 2. The 4 looks slow it down for the Falcons. She'll bring it up. Four will drive for the shot there, and she'll make it. 4, that'll be her 9th. Pass in from Higgins. And that pass will be, and that the ball just being knocked around, and the Grenadiers able to get the rebound. 3 separate passes were tipped there, but they'll pass it to Wilson for 3. Short, rebounded by Armstrong, and there will be a pause in play as Patrick went down hard, and she'll need a second. It will be Falcon ball as Wilson will be subbed out for Taylor Treat. The Armstrong to pass it in to the 4, guarded by Treat. She'll pass it over to Armstrong. Armstrong over to Patrick, who will be fouled. Foul is on Brown. That'll be her 3rd. And it will remain Falcon ball. Passed in to Patrick. Over to Armstrong. Over to Shea. Shea looks to drive. and she will get an and one. Be 16 for Shea. Opportunity to get 17. Jessie Ledgerwood with the foul, her second. And that free throw will be made. Pass to Treat, back over to Higgins. Back to Treat. Over to Stapleton, over to Ledgerwood in the corner. And that did not look pretty. Ledgerwood seems to be okay. But Mathis almost looked like a diving try to try and get possession of that ball. Wasn't able to stop her momentum as Treat will pass in for the Grenadiers. Mathis will exit. It'll be Robinson to take her place. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Grenadiers currently trail by 8. Be Treat to pass it in. She'll find Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood over to Starr. Starr will pass over to Stapleton. Stapleton thought about a shot, won't do it. Over to Treat. To Ledgerwood. Back to Treat. Stapleton for three. In and out. Grenadiers not able to finish that shot out, but that ball is knocked away. Passed over to Treat for three. In and out. Higgins with the rebound to Treat again. Over to Stapleton to Ledgerwood. Over to Starr. Starr thought about a shot, won't do it. She'll drive up. Pass over to Treat. Treat will drive, and she'll be fouled. Grenadiers putting some pressure on the Falcon defense here as Taylor Treat able to get sent to the line. As DeFore will exit. First shot by Treat. No good. Second shot from Treat is good. Grenadiers within 7. As Patrick will bring it up for the Falcons. Over to DeFore. DeFore has a lane. Pass it over to Armstrong. Won't miss her shot. Rebounded by Stapleton. She'll pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood finds a lane, and she'll score. Grenadiers back to within 5. As DeFore will get the ball. Only 35 seconds left in this third quarter. And Shea able to make the basket there. 25 left in the third. Stapleton has it. She'll find Starr making a drive. Won't make her layup. Able to recover. She makes her second. 10 seconds left. Over to DeFore. DeFore will not hit her shot. And with that, that will be the end of the third. Grenadiers currently trail 67-62. Beginning of the fourth here. Lexi Starr passes it out to Stapleton, over to Ledgerwood for three, and she'll hit it. Grenadiers start off the fourth quarter hot, and they trail only by 2 after the three from Ledgerwood, and that pass will slip through the fingers of Reed, and it'll be Grenadier ball. Treat will pass it in to Ledgerwood, back to Treat. Pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood will look to make a drive. She'll slow it down. Over to Starr. Starr to Stapleton for three, just off. And then it'll be Falcon ball. Grenadiers have kept it close. They trail only by 2 as Patrick passes into Armstrong. Armstrong looking to make a drive. She'll slow it down. Pass it over to Patrick. Back to Armstrong for three. Won't go. Rebounded by Patrick. And a foul called. Patrick with the foul called as Armstrong will exit. Bichet, Cochran will also enter in for Patrick. And that pass, errant. Cochran will recover, loses it for a second, but able to stay with it. And a foul be on Lexi Starr. And that definitely not how the Grenadiers wanted that to go. As Treat will exit, Ella Brown will enter in her place. Send Cochran to the free throw line. Grenadiers trailing by 2. Cochran will get 2 shots. She's got 21 already tonight. She'll make her first. Second shot from Cochran. Will hit. Falcons now lead by 4. Now Brown with the ball. She'll pass it to Stapleton. Stapleton over to Wilson. 3 won't go. Rebounded by Shea. Beat the 4 to bring it up. Pass it over to Reed. Reed will be fouled. Won't hit her shot. Foul on McKenna Wilson. That is her second. And it'll send Reed to the line. Reed will get 2. Grenadiers trail by 4. She'll hit her first. Second shot from Reed. Will hit. Brown will pass it over to Treat. Brown back to Treat. Brown and Treat passing it back and forth. They'll find Ledgerwood under the basket. Over to Treat. Treat for 3. Bit too far. Rebounded by Brown, who will be fouled. Grenadiers started off hot in this fourth quarter, able to get within 2. They now find themselves down 6. Brown able to cut that down to 4 at the free throw line. First shot from Brown. She'll make it. Second shot from Brown. And she'll make them both. Grenadiers now down by 4. Pass it over to Bradley. Bradley will bring it up, and that'll be stolen by Ledgerwood, and Treat would have taken it all the way, but a foul called. As Wernick will enter, be Stapleton to leave. Foul by Shea. It'll be Grenadier ball. Wernick will pass it, and she'll find Treat. Pass it over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood pass it to Wilson. Wilson will turn around, and she'll hit. Short range two, and Grenadiers are back to within two. Cochran will bring it up for the Falcons. And the Falcons will remain in possession. It'll be the 4 to pass it in. Pass it deep out to Cochran. Cochran will pass it to Reed under the basket, back over to Cochran. Back to Reed, being guarded by Wilson, and she'll make it. Grenadiers now trail by 4 as Ledgerwood will bring it up. Screen set by Wilson, passed over to Warnett. Wilson for 3, just off the end. Passed over to DeFore. She'll lose it for a second, but able to retain possession. And a foul by Treat. Still plenty of time for the Grenadiers to stage a comeback here. They trail by 4, 7 minutes remaining. As Cochran will set a play for the Falcons. Pass over, and it will be Grenadier ball. Be Brown to pass it in. She'll find Treat. And Treat will bring it down, pass over to Wilson. Wilson, short range, will hit it. Grenadiers back to within 2. And Cochran will bring it up for the Falcons. Cochran will drive under the basket. She'll miss that layup. Ball comes loose, recovered by the Falcons. Pass over to Reed. Reed with the 2, she'll hit. Warnett will pass it in to Treat. Long pass to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood to Brown right under the basket. The Grenadiers are keeping it close as they'll take a timeout. Back after the timeout. Grenadiers trail by 2. As Shea will bring it all the way to the basket, and the Grenadiers back down by 4. Pass from Treat to Wilson. Wilson not able to make the layup, and it'll be Falcon ball. They lead by 4. And a foul called on Brown. That is her 4th of the night. And it'll send DeFore to the line. DeFore will miss her first. DeFore with 9 points on the night. And she'll make her second. Grenadiers now trail by 5. Pass in from Werner to Ledgerwood. Will give it right back. Pass into Treat. There was some contact there. Nothing called. And 2 made by DeFore. As Brown loses it for a second, able to pass it to Ledgerwood, who will make a 3. And the Grenadiers aren't out of it quite yet, as DeFore will lose it. And it will be Grenadier ball. And that could be a costly mistake from DeFore. Grenadiers trail by 4. Just under 5.5. The pass over to Ledgerwood. She'll take a long 3. Just off the edge, rebounded by Brown, who will make the 2 and 1. Or no, a travel called. What a call against the Grenadiers. A travel called on Brown. As they'll pass the ball to Reed. He'll make a 2. And the lead's up to 6. Pass over to Ledgerwood, and she'll be fouled hard. Be the 3rd foul for Shea on the night. And it will remain Grenadier ball. It'll be Werner to pass it in. She'll pass it in to Taylor Treat. Treat over to Ledgerwood. Who is fouled by Cochran. That's her first. It'll send Ledgerwood to the line. Ledgerwood has had herself a night. 24, make that 25 on the night. As Stapleton will check in. Second shot from Ledgerwood. And that'll be in and out, rebounded by Werner, but won't be able to make that shot. As DeFore will bring it up. That ball will be kicked, but recovered by Cochran. She'll bring it up, and she'll make the 2. Passed over to Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood will give it to Treat. Over to Ledgerwood, to Wilson in the corner for 3, and she'll hit it. And the Grenadiers aren't going to quit, as there will be a timeout here. Back now after the timeout. Simmons currently leads by 4. Just over 4 minutes remain. It'll be Cochran to bring it up. Pass it back to Reed. Reed will bring it up and she'll make the 2. As Wernick will pass it in to Treat. Treat pass over to Stapleton. And she will be fouled. It's the 4th foul for Shea, and it'll send Singleton to the line. Stapleton, sorry, I don't know where Singleton came from, if I'm honest. And she'll make her first. Grenadiers have been able to keep it close. And Stapleton will make them both. And the Falcons have a 4-point lead as Cochran will bring it up. Just under 4 minutes remain. Pass it over to Shea. And she will be fouled. Foul on Treat. Be her 3rd. Shea at the line. She'll make her first. Second shot. She'll make them both. Grenadiers now find themselves down 6. 3:45 remain. Be Ledgerwood to bring it up. And she'll make a drive. Pass it over to Treat. Over to Brown for 3. Won't go. Grenadiers not able to get the rebounds. And DeFore will pass it over to Patrick. Patrick with a good move. And she will be fouled. Second foul by Stapleton. Send Patrick to the line. Patrick will miss her first. Grenadiers not quite out of it yet. They trail by 7 here after the second free throw is made, as Brown will pass it into Treat. Grenadiers have to get the offense going if they want to come away with the victory here tonight. Stapleton with a long 3, just off. DeFore will bring it up.
Get down the floor. Get walking out there.
DeFore looking to slow it down. Give it over to Cochran. Cochran will drive, and she'll be fouled. Another foul on Treat. It's her 5th. As Treat looked like she was about to sub out. Coach Derek Sims has something to say, as now she will sub out as the first free throw from Cochran is made. Second shot is good. That brings Cochran's total to 26 on the night. Grenadiers now trail by 9. Pass over to Brown, over to Sweeney. Sweeney to Stapleton. Stapleton will lose it, and DeFore will have possession. 2:25 left. DeFore loses it for a second, but will pass it over to Patrick. who will just miss that three. Pass over to Ledgerwood. Long pass to Sweeney. Be tipped out by the Falcons, and it will remain Grenadier ball. 2:09 left on the game clock.
Watch the back screen.
He's Stapleton passing it over to Ledgerwood. Quick three, and she'll hit it. Ledgerwood's 28th. As Cochran will bring it up. Reed able to get it. And she'll be called for a travel. 1:50 left on the game clock. Grenadiers down by 6. Brown gives it to Sweeney. It'll be a foul on Cochran that will send Sweeney to the line. Or actually the foul called on Patrick. It'll be her 5th foul of the night as Patrick will exit. Armstrong will enter.
You're on the lane.
Sweeney will miss her first.
Strong with the ball.
Second shot from Sweeney is good. Grenadiers now trail by 5 as Cochran will bring the ball up. A minute 30 left, and she'll lose it. Grenadiers able to stay with it.
Give the ball, come on.
And that will be a 10-second violation against the Falcons. And it will be Grenadier ball. A minute 29 left. Sweeney passes it to Stapleton. Stapleton over to Ledgerwood. Thought about the shot, won't take it. Back to Stapleton. Over to Wernick. Stapleton. She'll drive, and she'll be fouled. Be the 5th foul for Shea here tonight.
Don't give them the game. Stop fouling.
And it will be Ledgerwood at the line. Opportunity for her to get to 30 here tonight. And she'll miss her first. As Shea will exit, it'll be Murphy to take her place. Shot from Ledgerwood is good. Grenadiers trail by 4. Armstrong. Pass tipped by Ledgerwood, but will stay Falcon ball. Pass over to DeFord. Ford will drive it. Now she'll slow it down. Just over a minute. And the foul on Ledgerwood. It's the 3rd foul for Ledgerwood, and it'll send DeFord to the line.
Keep them in front.
First shot is made.
No fouling. Play good defense. Move your feet.
The second shot from DeFord will go in and out. Recovered by the Grenadiers, and it'll be Ledgerwood to bring it down. Grenadiers trail by 5. Give it over to Brown. Brown looks for a lane, and that shot will be blocked by Reed. 50 seconds remain. Pass over to Cochran. Cochran will drive it up. Pass over to Armstrong. Armstrong's shot won't be made. Rebounded by Cochran over to Murphy.
18 seconds. You have to shoot it fast. You don't have to shoot it fast.
And a quick timeout will be called to adjust the amount of time left on the shot clock. Will be 16 seconds
16 seconds.
for the Falcons. 4 to pass it in over to Reed. Reed. And a foul on Brown. It'll be her 5th, and it'll send to 4 back to the line.
Match it up.
As Brown will exit, it'll be Lexi Starr to take her place.
Come on, Morgan.
33 seconds left in the game. Grenadiers trail by 5. First shot from DeFore will be made. It'll be Starr to bring it up. Grenadiers now trail by 6. Pass over to Ledgerwood. Back to Starr. Starr thought about a shot, won't take it. Over to Stapleton. Long 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Sweeney, who is fouled. Murphy will draw her first foul.
Get some out of the base. Get on the block. Get Morgan off that bottom.
As Higgins will check in Sweeney at the line. And she'll make her first. Second for Sweeney.
Timeout. You got timeout.
She'll make both. As Higgins will enter, Sweeney will leave. 15 seconds left on the clock. Grenadiers trail by 4. And a timeout by the Falcons. Back after the timeout, DeVore will pass it into Cochran, who will be fouled. That will be Ledgerwood's 4th foul as Sweeney will enter in for Higgins. Cochran will have 2 shots here. 14 seconds remain, and she'll make her first. Second shot from Cochran, and she'll make them both. And the Grenadiers will take their last timeout. Back now after the timeout. It will be Grenadier ball. 14 seconds left on the game clock. Star has the ball. Pass it over to Ledgerwood. Her three. No good. Rebounded by Cochran. 4 seconds left. And Stapleton is going to hold on to that ball and get a foul called on her. It'll be her third. And be 2 more shots for Cochran. 2.7 seconds left on the game clock. And she'll miss her first. Seems to be the last shot of the game will be missed. And the Grenadiers will have the ball with 2 seconds left. Well, actually, the Falcons will have the ball with 2 seconds left. They'll pass into DeVore. And that will be the game here tonight. Grenadiers fall by a score of 95-89. Grenadiers will fall to 0-3 on the year. Simmons will improve 3-0. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. This has been Zach Reisner with IUS Athletics. And as always, roll Deers.